It's a dilemma many of us face, whether to spend the extra money or hope nothing goes wrong with what we just bought. Joining me now is Liberty's digital learning coach, Clayton Pope. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Buying an extended warranty is an eternal debate many of us have. Do you think it's worth it?
I think it's a decision that each person would make with a couple of factors in mind. Maybe one factor being the history of each person. So say you have an 18-year-old and this person has had a phone for 4 years, and this person has only lost the phone one time, and the one time was sort of a weird accident and it isn't likely to be repeated in the future. That certainly is a big factor, is history. Another factor that's important is, does the person who's making this decision, do they have resources saved to cover either a cracked screen or a lost device if that does happen? So for me, I've obviously saved a little bit of money, and I, in my however many years of having devices, really haven't lost too many or had too many devices cracked. So I probably would not buy the warranty. But again, that's just me, my history. I do have the resource to cover one. I also have past iPhones and other phones. I even have like an old laptop. So if I were to lose a device, I would have the resources to cover that. So again, it is sort of just a decision that has a couple of different factors that each person should make based on those things in mind.
So going off of that, is there a price point in the thing you're buying where you would definitely say get the extended warranty?
I think when you talk about more expensive items, you would think to yourself, okay, do I want to try to save to cover the whole item, or do I really just want to save up to cover the cost of the insurance month to month? Obviously, a good example is I own a home, and I couldn't save up however many $100,000 to buy a new home if it burned down, for instance, right? So instead, I just buy insurance, and I save up enough each month to cover the mortgage plus obviously the insurance. So I don't have to worry about saving up, again, an extraordinary amount of money. So again, I know this is more about phones, computers, but if you had, for instance, a MacBook Pro, and you loved MacBooks, you used it for the creative suite, you just really didn't want to settle for a lesser computer if your MacBook broke. Well, in that case, you might want to buy the warranty, so then again, you would really just have to save up month to month the cost of the insurance rather than saving up enough to cover the entire computer if it got lost.
So are there certain things you would suggest people get the extended warranty or insurance on?
I think, like I said, more expensive items, items that, as I mentioned earlier, you are really loyal to. So I, for example, just recently switched from an Android phone to an Apple phone. I don't really know that I have a defined opinion on which one is better. So if I were to have my iPhone break, well, I could probably just go back to Android and be fine, and those are considerably less expensive. So I think if it's an item where you're very loyal to it and you didn't want to really go back to a different model, or again, more expensive items, those are probably the candidates that you really want to probably buy the warranty for. And then again, consider each person, like I said in question one, the history and things like that.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hopefully this gives you a better understanding on whether or not to buy that extended warranty or take a risk.